crash course on FBI, its history, and the FBI's war on organized crimes. The Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, is an intelligence and law enforcement agency in the United States. The FBI has a long and storied history dating back to its founding in 1908, when it was known as the Bureau of Investigation, BOI. The agency was renamed the Federal Bureau of Investigation in 1935. The FBI was created to serve as the investigative arm of the U.S. Department of Justice. Its original mission was to investigate violations of federal law, particularly those related to antitrust, banking, and civil rights. Over time, the FBI's jurisdiction expanded to include a wide range of criminal activities, including terrorism, espionage, and organized crime. One of the FBI's most famous battles has been its war on organized crime. Organized crime has long been a problem in the United States, with groups such as the Mafia, or La Cosa Nostra, gaining significant power and influence in many cities. In the 1950s and 1960s, the FBI launched a major effort to dismantle these criminal organizations. One of the most famous examples of the FBI's war on organized crime was the case against Al Capone. Capone was a notorious gangster who gained power during Prohibition, when the sale of alcohol was illegal. Capone's organization controlled much of the bootlegging and speakeasy operations in Chicago, and he became known as the King of the Bootleggers. In 1931, the FBI charged Capone with income tax evasion. Capone was eventually found guilty and sentenced to 11 years in prison. The case against Capone was a major victory for the FBI, and it helped to establish the agency's reputation as a formidable force against organized crime. Another famous case involving the FBI's war on organized crime was the case against the Gambino crime family. The Gambino family was one of the most powerful mafia organizations in the United States, and it was responsible for a wide range of criminal activities, including extortion, money laundering, and murder. In the late 1980s and early 1990s, the FBI launched a major investigation into the Gambino family. The investigation, known as Operation Dead End, involved wiretapping, surveillance, and other investigative techniques. Eventually, the FBI was able to bring charges against several members of the Gambino family, including John Gotti, the family's boss. Gotti was known as the Teflon Don, because he had been acquitted of several previous charges, despite overwhelming evidence against him. However, in 1992, Gotti was finally convicted of murder and racketeering, and he was sentenced to life in prison. The FBI's war on organized crime continues to this day, and the agency has had many successes in recent years. For example, in 2011, the FBI arrested over 100 members of the New York Mafia in a single day, in what was one of the largest organized crime busts in U.S. history. The FBI's success in its war on organized crime can be attributed to a number of factors. One important factor is the use of intelligence gathering and analysis. The FBI has developed sophisticated techniques for gathering and analyzing information about criminal organizations, which has helped to identify key players and disrupt their activities. Another factor is the use of undercover agents and informants. The FBI has a long history of using undercover agents to infiltrate criminal organizations and gather information. This technique has been especially effective in cases involving organized crime, where the organizations are highly secretive and difficult to penetrate. In addition, the FBI has developed strong partnerships with state and local law enforcement agencies. These partnerships have helped to coordinate efforts against organized crime and ensure that criminals are brought to justice. Overall, the FBI's war on organized crime is a testament to the agency's commitment to upholding the law and protecting the American people. While the fight against organized crime continues, the FBI's efforts have helped to dismantle many criminal organizations and disrupt their illegal activities. One particularly interesting story from the FBI's history involves the agency's investigation into the Unabomber. The Unabomber was a serial bomber who targeted individuals associated with technology and modern society, including scientists, engineers, and executives. The FBI launched a major investigation into the Unabomber in the 1990s, which involved a wide range of investigative techniques, including forensic analysis, linguistics, and profiling. The investigation eventually led to the identification and arrest of Theodore Kaczynski, who was living as a recluse in a remote cabin in Montana. Kaczynski was a former mathematics professor who had become disillusioned with modern society and technology. He had been mailing bombs to his targets for over 20 years, and his attacks had resulted in 3 deaths and numerous injuries. The Unabomber case is a fascinating example of how the FBI uses a wide range of investigative techniques to solve complex cases. The agency's use of forensic analysis, linguistics, and profiling were key factors in identifying Kaczynski and bringing him to justice. Another interesting story from the FBI's history involves the agency's role in the investigation into the 1993 bombing of the World Trade Center. The bombing, which killed 6 people and injured over 1,000, was carried out by a group of terrorists who were associated with Al-Qaeda. The FBI launched a massive investigation into the bombing, which involved a wide range of law enforcement agencies and intelligence services. The investigation eventually led to the identification and arrest of several individuals, including Ramzi Youssef, who was the mastermind behind the attack. The World Trade Center bombing was a wake-up call for the United States, and it led to significant changes in the way that the FBI and other law enforcement agencies approached counterterrorism. The bombing also helped to establish the FBI's reputation as a formidable force in the fight against terrorism. In conclusion, the FBI has a long and storied history, and its war on organized crime has been one of its most significant battles. Through the use of sophisticated investigative techniques, the FBI has been able to dismantle many criminal organizations and disrupt their activities. The agency's commitment to upholding the law and protecting the American people is a testament to its importance in the United States and around the world. Here is a poem on FBI. In the shadows they move. The guardians of the law. Fighting the battles we cannot see. The FBI, without a flaw. From organized crime to terrorism. They face the darkest of foes. With intelligence and determination. Their mission always grows. From coast to coast. They watch and they wait. Protecting the innocent. From those who would dictate. With every case they solve. They bring justice to the land. The FBI, the silent warriors. Working hand in hand. For over a century. They've stood the test of time. Fighting for truth and honor. Their legacy always shines. So here's to the FBI. The defenders of our nation. Standing tall in the face of danger. With unwavering dedication. We hope this video has given you a taste of all the incredible experiences America has to offer. If you're ready to start planning your own adventure to North America, please ensure to use our Booking.com referral link. https://www.booking.com/index.html $aid equals 7989335 to book your flights, hotels, car rentals, local attractions, and more. It's an easy and kind way to support this channel and make sure you get the best possible deals on your trip. Thank you. Anhub Metaverse Team.